Hello guys, welcome to the very first episode of Swear Sunday. Mostly I post on Sundays, but sometimes I don't post on Sundays, but usually I post it every other Sunday, so like every 2 Sundays. In a Swear Sunday, I'll talk about a random topic. Today, we're going to talk about the infamous debate of Danny's Road or Forsaken. Now let's get straight into the video. Personally, I've been a big Danny's Road fan, but sometimes it gets a little stale. Hot take. All you do in Danny's Road is extract machines, find the frontists, get to the next floor. Extract machines, find the frontists, get to the next floor. Extract machines, find the frontists, get to the next floor. Extract machines, find the frontists, get to the next floor. Until you get bored of playing and leave the game. Like, no offense to Danny's Road fans, but in my opinion, the game just fell off. And then the devs say, our player count is decreasing by like 25%. Let's make a fire Halloween event and expect no one to notice. And they add all this unnecessary optimizations and boosts and skins just to make the event better. Like, I really do not mean no offense to Quell or the Danny's Road dev team. You guys are the best. But, like, the only reason why the game is fun right now is because you can collect Halloween tunes and move on to Halloween floors and get pumpkins. Like, look at the Easter update. It got, like, 800k players when the update was going on. But then, when the event was over, it barely had any players. And what I mean barely have any players, I mean barely have any players. It could barely push 44k. Now, I know those Danny's Road fanatics are probably going to come after me. But dude, there's a thing called opinions. Now let's move on to the game that I think is better. Forsaken. And I know people are going to say, oh, the community is bad. Forsaken is bad because of the community spawnism. But sometimes you need to learn how to separate the fandom from the game. Like, just because the fandom is bad doesn't mean the game is bad. And I'm going to get into a lot of controversies because of the Soul situation. But I'm not going to go too deep into that. Let's talk about the game itself. Like, already, it's so fun. There's multiple of unique survivors that you can choose with unique abilities. Like, just look at this tier list. There's over 220 skins. While in Danny's Road, there's only 96. And usually, normal Danny's Road tunes have one ability, and it's not that great. I don't mean every tune. Like, take Razzle Dazzle for an example. Their abilities sucks. There's nothing you can tell me to make me think otherwise. And this is agreed upon game-wide. While Forsaken abilities also kind of suck. But they don't if you actually know how to use them. Okay, that rule kind of applies to both games, but that's besides the point. Forsaken has private servers that give you admin. Okay, I need to chill out. This is a game. Do Danny's Road private servers have admin? No. In Forsaken, even if you have all the survivors and killers, you can still do something. And that is admin abuses. I know those little Timmys will say, still been admin abuses? No, I mean like abusing admin. If you still don't understand, I'm going to give you an example. Take Meat Kill, for example. He posts a lot of Forsaken challenge videos, and they all seem really fun. Now take Goat to Goat, for example. They post Danny's Road challenge videos. Warning, what I'm about to say next is really controversial. This whole video I've been ranting about how I think Danny's Road is not that great and Forsaken is great. But I think that both games get really boring if you play them for a long time. Now that we're done with that, it's time to move on to the real purpose of why I made this video. On October 31st, both games are updating. Just look at this. We're cooked. We've now had 3 Roblox wars in our lifetime. First, Prison Life versus Jailbreak. Then, we had Steel of Brainrot versus Grow Garden. Now, we have Danny's Road versus Forsaken. And this is going to be it for this video. See you for another episode of Square Sunday.